Good day to you. We've been in Genesis. I believe this is the fourth video that I've done, and this makes my second attempt. So prayers. Um, we're going into day 3 of the creation. We have been through the caterpillar, the overthrow of Satan, the gap theory. Maybe he went right into making the earth, and maybe there was a time between verse 1 and verse 2. I don't know. It's many things are splitting hairs, but one thing's for sure is we just keep moving forward in the Bible. We're not going to go, once we get to Noah, we're not going to go backwards. We're going to keep moving forwards. And here we're going to keep moving forwards. This is not Noah's flood. The entire earth was underwater. And here God will, He has taken part of the water that overflowed the earth this time in this flood, and the earth became without form and void, and God tells you how he shook it up, and he moved upon the waters in the face of the deep, and the entire earth was just water. So he takes part of that water, and it becomes the what we call the atmosphere in day 2. A lot of water up there. So we now have land that's beginning to dry up. So let's go on into day 3 here, and that will be in verse 9 of Genesis chapter 1. We'll go with it, and God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. Verse 10. And God called the dry land earth, capital E. Most of the Bible it will be in lowercase e, but here he's particularly talking about he is creating earth, the earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas, and God saw that it was good. So he's setting boundaries on the water. It's going to start crashing onto shores of this dry land, these continents, and God saw that, and it was good. He liked it. He said it was good. The only thing that he hasn't called good yet is night, is darkness. He didn't call that good. Later on, he will say, and light shined into darkness, but darkness comprehended it not. And man, that's going to be the way it is. That's going to be the way it is sometimes. Everybody is not going to be able to comprehend the light. Much of the children of darkness, God would that everyone would come to repentance, but they're not going to. So let's go on here in 11 and see what God's creating. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind." After his kind, that means after God's kind. Like it will be, grass was good. It will be grass in paradise. Back in our natural estate, we'll have beautiful grass. So, in the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. So we've all had 7th grade, I guess it was science class, biology, whatever you want to call it. You had science, so the seed inside of it, of the flesh, would be like a peach tree, an apple tree. You have herbs that yield seeds inside themselves. If you've ever grown basil or oregano, or anything of the such. They all had the seed inside themselves after their own kind. That's the way it's natural, and God likes things to stay natural, just like He made them. Okay. Let's go into verse 12. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. God saw that it was good. And we'll finish it out right here. Verse 13. And the evening and the morning were the third day. So we're still working on the Lord's days here. We're still working in 1,000-year increments at least. That is what Peter gave us to kind of comprehend, so us and God could relate as far as time goes, because time does not matter to him. Time is really a curse that is put upon us, and many of God's children are still very bitter about this thing called time, and the fact that they are mortal, and they're angry. But what they should be angry about is Lucifer. He's lied to them, he's deceived them, and if you know anyone who is going about things his way, what you'll find is probably that they have a lot of turmoil in their life, and they have a lot of misery in their life. I've done it both ways, and one of these days, maybe we'll be working in back in the Lord's days, as it's documented. The entire earth is groaning to get back to its natural estate, meaning that this is not the earth's natural estate. It's the rightful king isn't sitting on the throne here. Right now, I'm quoting Bible. The wicked take the kingdom of heaven with violence, and God don't like it. There will be justice, but we're about 3,000 years in from this catapult, from this overthrow, as far as we know, from the beginning of the creation, from light. When light happens, things happen, and just, you notice. Turn the lights off, man, in a greenhouse, and see how long anything in there doesn't just wither away and die. So we want to stay in the light, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. I know this isn't a very long lesson. I don't suppose I missed anything. I'll go back and edit it, or have someone go back and edit it. And thanks for tuning in. Love you guys. God knows all your needs. Talk to Him. Thanks.